Hi, good morning. Good evening. I'm sorry. How are you all? Good evening, dear. So, become so familiar already. Yeah, good evening. How are you? How are you doing all? Fine. I'm good. How are you doing? Okay, fine, dear. So, we are going to start it. Before that, let me ask you some of the things. Yesterday, I gave you about the bacterial diseases in humans, right? Okay, we have some more time. 6 minutes, I think we have. It is 6:24. We have time till 6:30. Okay. So let's have a roundup what we have done yesterday. Have you studied the bacterial diseases in humans? Did you study Nandita is there, Tabassum is there, Nandita, Gnapita, you're okay? Today there is no problem in network. Nandita is saying yes, ma'am, fine, ma'am. How about the corona? Corona is rising, isn't it? Corona is just rising like anything. It's never down. Yeah. Now we only have to lockdown. That's where you can down that, right? Lockdown ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, right? Because people are roaming around like picnics, na? That's a problem. And morning and all, they'll be roaming too much. Like they think that by walking and all, I'll get immunity against this. You will not get it, right? So, which are the diseases we discussed already? Discussed some diseases, huh? Yes. Typhoid we discussed, right? Tetanus we discussed. Last time we discussed was tetanus. Did you write the things about the tetanus? Something you wrote? Tuberculosis, cholera, right? You wrote till where you written? Tuberculosis, huh? Okay, good. Let me ask you something. What is the function of Rhizobium bacteria? Let me see how many of you write. What is the function of Rhizobium bacteria? Fix the nitrogen. What is that nitrogen fixation? I told you yesterday. What do you mean by fixing of nitrogen? What does it mean? That's what. What does that mean? What is that nitrogen fixation all about? Let me see how you will answer. अरे बेटा I know fixing of nitrogen ಏನು ಹೇಗೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಏನು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ nitrogen fixation ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ what is the meaning of nitrogen fixation I didn't understand I explained you yesterday last class I explained you all this right that's okay what is the fixing where will it be nitrogen where it will fix what is that form of nitrogen is fixing which form it will fix the nitrogen do you have nitrogen in the environment okay that's good in the form of oxides of nitrogen good Napita good very good in the form of NO2 and NO3 it will fix right so that is called as the symbiotic nitrogen fixation did you write about this yesterday you wrote right formation nitrites and nitrates it will fix okay nitrites okay done now another question which are the bacterial diseases that transmit through contaminated food and water which are the bacterial diseases that will transmit through contaminated food and water cholera what is the contamination meaning for you which I explained yesterday what do you mean by contamination what is getting contaminated yes the fecal matter from the infected person if it enters your food it will pass through what is the route called What is the root called? I gave you a particular name of the root. Very good. Nandita, fecal-oral root. Prakriti, good. Jitesh, fecal-oral root is right. Good, 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 good. It's a fecal-oral root. Right? Fecal matter getting through the oral tract. That's fecal-oral root. Good, good, good. Okay, fine. So yesterday I spoke something about the syphilis and gonorrhea. Okay. What do you know about syphilis and gonorrhea? What kind of diseases are they? Are they normal diseases or something different from the normal diseases? Are they like cholera and typhoid, or they are something different? Let me talk about gonorrhea and syphilis. Yeah, tell me now. And now onwards, you do one thing on your what is that number? No, you put your photo. I can identify you. No, I want to identify you. I want to see you, right? Because I can't see you here. We have switched off your videos. So on your okay, Tanuj, good evening. Now you are entered. I hope so. Okay. So what is my request is all of you put your on your number. I think I don't know how the name your photo will come. Do in such a way that your photo will be appearing on the screen to me. If at all I see your total, only I could see Dhanushri's parents photo is there. You put your photos. Kushal Gowda photo is there. Others also keep your photos here. I can see them. Okay. From tomorrow you do that. Profile. I don't know exactly. Technically, I'm very bad, very poor in technical things. You can do in such a way that I can see your photos and recognize you, right? Because you all have seen me, I have not seen you at all, isn't it? Okay. So let's now talk about the syphilis and gonorrhea. Those who came just now, I want to tell you that how is syphilis, gonorrhea different from the other diseases what you are talking about. Okay, done. Okay, somebody is saying done. What is that? Gnapita, na? Let me see. Where are you, Gnapita? Ah, Gnapita is seen. Very good. Gnapita is looking very cute. Kid, small baby. Right? That's nice. That's nice, Gnapita. Okay, now let's continue. So what I'm saying is how the diseases like syphilis and gonorrhea differ from typhoid and the cholera or whatever you love. Anything different? All are bacterial diseases only, but how can they differ from the normal diseases? Can you tell me? They transmit through sexual contact is very good thing. Jitesh, you are right. They transmit through sexual contacts or sexual fluids, like either through the semen or through the vaginal fluids. They transmit sometimes through the blood. Okay. So they are the sexually transmitting diseases. Okay. So this in detail we will be learning in second PUC when you go to second PUC. Okay, fine. So write the remaining two and write that they are sexually transmitting diseases. Write the last points on bacteria. Again, I'll start with the next thing. Okay. Write that syphilis and gonorrhea both are sexually transmitting diseases. Okay. STDs, because there are STDs. Spandana is also seen, very cute. Spandana is seen. Others I couldn't see. Okay, fine then. So they are written now. Ma'am, can you repeat once again, ma'am? Okay, Kirtan, write down. Syphilis and gonorrhea, two names you are written yesterday. Right there. Both these bacterial diseases are transmitted through sexual contacts. Sexual contacts. And they are called sexually transmitting diseases. And they are called sexually transmitting diseases. Kushal Gowda, your photo is there. You are not reacting at all. Kushal Gowda is here. This photo is seen here. Are you here? I repeated, Kirtana. They are called sexually transmitting diseases. Kushal Gowda is appearing on the photo, not reacting. Let him also react. Okay, let him come. Okay, if he is listening. Okay, fine. Okay, that's about the sexually transmitting diseases. Okay, now we move on to some little. I am giving you everything in short, right? Don't think me to explain full in detail, right? Detail we are not going to discuss. Just in short, I will be explaining everything, right? One more thing, economic importance of bacteria is like E. coli. Yesterday I told you E. coli. What is E. coli? E. coli, you heard, no? Escherichia coli. Yesterday I wrote on the board, or you want me to write? Okay, listen. This E. coli bacteria lives in our colon, right? And it is a friendly bacteria, and so many times it helps in digestion, and sometimes it is helping for the human fecal matter formation, and also vitamin B complex synthesis, everything we do. Okay, but this E. coli bacteria nowadays extensively it is used in the researches, right? So research in the sense that bacteria has been extensively studied. Its genetics, genetically it is studied 100%, properly they have studied it, and now lot of informations what we are getting in humans and all based on E. coli genes only. Okay, because all our genome and the genetic material present in the DNA, genes, we look like this because of our genes, right? We get these genes from our parents. How that? Parents, father and mother, paternal and maternal chromosomes will combine during fertilization from sperm and egg. After fertilization, the zygote will be having you divide and redivide to form the human beings or any organism. Okay. So the characters we are getting from our parents is through their gametes, right? And these gametes carry what? They carry the genes. Okay. Now, yeah, Nandita is also seen. Good. Right. So now we are talking about these genes that have been extensively studied in E. coli. So we study it as a genetic studying material. Most of the bacteria like E. coli, we are using it as a major study material, study organism for genetics. Okay, most of the discoveries happen in E. coli bacteria. Okay, so write next point as E. coli. Yesterday I told you the details of that. Now, Escherichia coli, E. coli. Are you writing? It is a human colon bacteria. Okay, I'll write the spelling. Okay, just watch it. I'll explain you this so that you will understand this later. Okay, so I'll write the bacteria Escherichia coli. This is called E. coli. So this is the most important genetically studied organism. It is the major genetics research on genetics of E. coli has been conducted extensively, and we all get the maximum information from this particular bacteria only. E. coli bacteria is a human colon bacteria, but we are getting a lot of information because a lot of people are working on Escherichia coli bacteria, right? So most of the things like genetic engineering, okay, has been developed on E. coli bacteria. Genetic engineering has been developed based on the E. coli bacteria. Because of genetic engineering, we are preparing human insulin using E. coli bacteria. Very important word I'm saying, human insulin, genetic engineering. So what is genetic engineering? Listen, Genetic engineering is one modern technique or applied science, applied biology, in which we are using certain genes required for the which are in means your desired gene. Suppose you want one organism has some important character in it, you are going to identify what gene is responsible for that character. Imagine somebody look like this, somebody has straight hair, somebody curly hair. That is a genetic character, right? Those genes, what is that gene you have to identify? That gene, required gene, can be inserted in the bacteria. Normally they use it in the E. coli, and they will multiply the gene and extract required gene. Like you can see here, human insulin gene I'm saying. Okay, let's talk about the insulin. Okay, first, did you write this? I'll talk about insulin now. Yeah. So Escherichia coli you are written. Okay, listen. I'll talk something about genetic engineering. Okay, keep understanding what is it. I told you that E. coli is used as a tool, or in most of the research tool for studying genetics, right? So what is genetic engineering? First understand, genes will give you certain characters. All we got the characters of color, hair texture, everything we got it because of the genes only. These genes are coming from your parents. Okay. Now, what you look is because of your parents, nothing you are special in yourself. It's not originated. Okay, understand. So how you look is based on your parental looks only. Parents, forefathers, the grandparents, everybody's looks are coming together with the genes. Genes, like they are the chain to bring the characters from parents to their offsprings. Okay, that is the gene. Listen. If suppose you find a baby is born, it may develop some dwarfism. You have heard about dwarfism, right? Dwarfism means they will not grow normal. To their age people, they are growing small because of the lack of certain hormone like growth hormone. They may grow short. Okay. Earlier and all, they were there, short height. Yeah, we have seen those are dwarfs, right? So earlier such people were there. Still now we are seeing they are all old age people also. They are short only. Nothing happened. But after 1990s and all, lot of researches happened on E. coli and other things, where they identified the gene responsible for the height of the organism, height of human beings. Then they identified that there is a hormone, growth hormone produced from the pituitary. This pituitary hormone is not producing at the right time, at the right amount, then the person may become dwarf. Or if it is producing extra, he will become very tall. So they understood that the hormones produced by the pituitary are not normal. But you can't change that pituitary hormone, right? You can't take from one person and put it in another person. It will not happen. Best way they are done is using the bacteria. Like E. coli is the best easily available bacteria. They took E. coli bacteria and they inserted the growth hormone producing gene by cutting the main genome and inserting that. That is called as genetic engineering. It's a modern technology. A lot of people are working on it. It's like we call it as the people who think more of biology, they become biotechnologists. It's a biotechnology. Okay, this we call it as genetic engineering, right? Engineering the two genes, right? One example I'll show you how genetic engineering is done. Little bit that also you should understand, because only with that you can get into the subject properly. So what is the genetic engineering all about? The genetic engineering, I'll just give you understand this. This is a modern technology. So what is genetic engineering? This I'll give you in detail. Engineering. We call this only as recombinant DNA technology. Recombinant DNA technology. Okay, what is this actually? Imagine there is one organism. Okay, there may be a plant. It has one characteristic feature which you want it to be producing large number, or it has a medical property. You want to multiply this. What you can do it is, you take out the cell in that cell, it has genes in it, and identify which gene is responsible for that color character. Imagine you are talking about the color. This may be the gene which we want. This is giving certain important color or the drug. Drug in the sense and medical property. You want to produce it in large numbers. What you can do is you can cut the gene. This gene, long gene is there, no? DNA, long DNA is there. They cut the gene which is required. Okay, this is cut using certain enzymes called as restriction endonucleases. This is called restriction endonuclease enzyme. This is cut. Then what you have to do is you have to use it. You have to multiply. No, so the fast multiplying thing is bacteria only. So you can select one bacteria. Okay, the bacteria will have small genomes like this. You can select this genome, or you can take this part. This part you have taken a required gene, and this we call it the plasmid. Plasmid is the genome of the bacteria. Small plasmid is a small genome. Okay, we take that plasmid. Okay, this plasmid, and combine these two. What I do is I'll mix them up. This is our genome. This is a plasmid. This is our genome. Okay. This is called as a recombinant DNA technology, rDNA technology. Why we want bacteria? Because bacteria will multiply fast. And why we want this plasmid? Because plasmid is its own DNA. Otherwise, our gene, if you put it here, it will cut it off. It is its defense mechanism. It will cut off our genome. So what we do is we take out the plasmid and cut that particular portion, insert our gene. This is our desired gene. This is the plasmid gene. Now you insert into the bacteria again. So bacteria don't know, it has its genome. You take this plasmid and insert into this. Okay, this is our original plasmid we have modified. See, this is the original plasmid, I have changed it. This is called the R plasmid, recombinant plasmid. So bacteria, without knowing, it will multiply into many copies. Our gene may be multiplying in number of copies because bacteria multiply fast. So inside this, our genome is multiplying, and also bacteria is multiplying, taking our genome. So this is a very new technology. Now what do you want? You take that extraction from this. So what you wanted, this you wanted, no? This character, you take it out and the product will be formed. Okay, this is the whole process of genetic engineering. So genetic engineering, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ slow ಆಗಿ. ಏನಾದ್ರೆ engineering the genes, like cutting and joining the genes, right? I have some important property of this particular plant or a cell. I'll take the gene out by cut them by using restriction endonucleases. Combine with the bacterial plasmid. This is a bacteria. That bacteria ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ bacteria has the ability to multiply fast. ಎರಡೂನು ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಕಂಬೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈಗೇಸ್ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್. ಲೈಗೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜಾಯಿನಿಂಗ್. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ದ ಲೈಗೇಸ್ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ರಿಕಾಂಬಿನೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಿಡ್ ಆರ್ rDNA is transferred to the host bacterium. This is a host bacterium and it is multiplied. It is called cloning. Cloning is multiplying the genes. Okay, cutting and joining is first technology. We call this as the splicing methodology. Splicing andre cutting and joining. Cloning is multiplication. This is the new technology, and it is the most useful technology. Not only for the sake of studies, it is very useful in socially. Wherever you want it, you can introduce that technology. If you have a proper knowledge of genes, you should know this gene, you should know this gene, how to multiply, how to copy, everything is a big technique it is. But basically what you want to know, that I will give you. Did you understand this? I hope you followed it. Okay, your cousin is into it. Very good. Who is that saying? Cousin. Who is that? Cousin is into it. Okay. Okay, Nandita is saying her cousin is into it. Okay, fine. So listen, and now let me give you details. Okay, did you understand what I have written on the board? The desired gene is taken. It is introduced into the bacterial plasmid, combine both the genes like this. After combining, we are cutting and joining called splicing. Then this is called recombinant DNA. After that, you are going to put it in the host cell. That's a bacterium. Bacteria is multiplied and our product is formed. Okay. Did you all follow this? Understood this? Spandana is seen. Okay. Nandita is seen. Many people I couldn't see. Let me see once again. Check it once again. Others still have not uploaded. No issues. Later you do it. Okay, did you understand this? So little bit you understand enough. Details we'll do it in second course. Now I said E. coli is used for this. E. coli is the bacteria which is I told you host bacteria. In that they transfer the genes and multiply E. coli bacteria. This is what is genetic engineering. Okay. Now let us go to the question of insulin. Human insulin I told they will be produced. What is the function of insulin? Okay. See, a lot of details things I am giving you today. What do you mean by insulin? Understood? Very good. Understood? Very good. That is Shri Raksha is telling. Very Chanda Basappa today. Not seen. Okay, you understood. Okay, good. Good, Spandana. Okay, listen. Now leave that. Understood, don't write. Tell me what is the function of insulin? Have you heard about insulin? What is the function of insulin? Do you know what is the function of insulin? Very good. Napita is saying insulin is a hormone that maintains a blood sugar level. That's a good answer, yeah. That's very good, right? So it maintains the blood glucose level. It not lowers the blood sugar level. It controls the blood sugar level. Correct. Chandana is also saying right. Nandita is right. Tapasul is right. Okay, good. Now tell me where this insulin is produced in the body. Okay, good. Where this insulin is produced in our body? Yelli insulin tayaragatte. Where insulin is produced? Pancreas. Good. Islets of Langerhans alle pancreas alle tayaragatte. Beta cells of islets of Langerhans. Very good. Now this insulin will be working to control the blood glucose level. Yelli control ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Yelli ಹೋಗಿ ಅದು work ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. It is produced in the pancreas, right? It has to function. Where will it function? Where it will convert the glucose into glycogen? That's what glucose level control the glucose into glycogen. Very good, yeah. All are very intelligent, very good children, right? So pancreas alli release agiruvanta what is that? Insulin travel through the bloodstream, go to the liver, and in liver it will convert excessive glucose into glycogen. Do you understand this? This is why two important organs are there in our body to maintain blood glucose level. One yadu pancreas, ಎರಡನೇದು liver. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Pancreas ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? It will produce insulin. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ through the bloodstream it will travel to the liver. Liver ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸಿವ್ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಗ್ಲೈಕೋಜನ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಊಟ ಇಷ್ಟು ತಿಂದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಅನ್ನ ತಿಂದಿದ್ರೆ millions of starch molecules will be there. Starch will break into 100 to 1000 millions of glucose. ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಲ್ಲ, ರೈಟ್? ಊಟ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನಾವು ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಂದ್ರೂ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಶುಗರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ will have to be in particular amount. And 80 to 120 ml in cubic millimeter of blood. ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. 100 ml of blood ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ it is not good because excessive sugar ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ this in liver, this excessive glucose will be converted to glycogen by the insulin. The process of conversion of this is called glycogenesis. Have you heard it? Have you heard earlier? Glycogenesis is the conversion of excessive glucose into glycogen, and glycogen is stored in the liver. Understood? Liver ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಗ್ಲೈಕೋಜನ್. ತಿಳಿತಾ? ಈಗ ಅದಲ್ಲದೇನೆ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? One is conversion of excessive glucose into glycogen, one function. What is the another function of insulin? What is the another function of insulin? Let me see. Insulin ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಏನು ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? No, it will not produce enzyme. Neha, wrong. Enzymes are produced by the glands, exocrine glands. Insulin is another function of insulin. Do you know that? Listen, I will tell you. Okay, good, yeah. Khushi is saying uptake of glucose. Ultra utilization of glucose in the body cells helping the cells to take in. Very good, Nandita. Ritika, Kushal. Ma'am, Kushal. Okay, Kushal, you are here. Kushal Gowda. Okay, where were you, beta? Till now I was talking. I couldn't see you. Your photo is there. Now you entered. From that time I am talking from almost 10 minutes back only I told you. Ma'am, connection problem. Oh, it's okay. No issues, beta. That's fine. Now you listen. Okay. Now listen. Very good. So many students are saying very nice answers. Yeah, I am very happy about it. Right? Because you are so interested. You know so many things here. Right? And you are better than so many people who have studied PUC also. That's great. Okay, done. So, what is the function of insulin? One is conversion of excessive glucose into glycogen. One ಕೆಲಸನಾ? ಆ process ಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? Conversion of glucose into glycogen ಗೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? Just now I told you. Nabita, really you yeah. Glycogenesis is a good word, correct word, right word. Glycogenesis ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಕ್ಸೆಸಿವ್ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಗ್ಲೈಕೋಜನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್, what is the another function is when this particular amount of glucose in the blood will be transferred after liver, blood will go to the kidney. Kidney ಹೋಗುವಾಗ it will be transported and blood glucose ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಪಸ್ reabsorb ಆಗಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Whenever every cell, around the cell there is a blood vessel, right? ಈ ಸೆಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಸುತ್ತ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಸೆಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ inside the cell there should be entry of glucose should enter the cell. There should be permeability for the glucose entry to the cell. That is given by insulin. Very good, you people have answered for it. I am giving in details about this. Did you understand this? So ಯಾವ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಏನು ನಮಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ glucose to glycogen conversion ಗೆ, the same insulin helps in increasing the permeability of a cell for the environmental glucose to enter the cell. It will help. Okay, ಆಮೇಲೆ glucose function start ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Glucose in blood it will not work. Only when the glucose enters the cell, in cell it will combine with oxygen, C6H12O6 combine with oxygen to form CO2 plus H2O by releasing energy. This is called cellular respiration. Did you understand what's the importance of glucose? Name glucose yak beku cell ge andre. Okay, cell, why you require the cellular glucose ಬೇಕು ನಮಗೆ. blood glucose ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಇಲ್ಲ. cellular glucose cell ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾದ glucose ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು it should break down into carbon dioxide, water and energy. This process we call it as cellular respiration. Did you get it? You get energy only when the glucose is broken down in the cell. Cellular respiration happens. ಆ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತ energy will be stored in the form of ATP and stored in the mitochondria. Did you get it? That's how we get energy. Okay. ಈಗ we will talk about people who cannot produce insulin. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಯುಲರ್ ರೆಸ್ಪಿರೇಷನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬಂದು ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ದೆನ್ ಮೈಟೋಕಾಂಡ್ರಿಯಾ ಇಂದ ATP will be released for doing work. Okay, see how beautifully our body works. So why you have to study biology is not to write exam and become doctors only, just to understand how we are like this, how healthy we are, how lucky we are to be healthy. Okay, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬಯಾಲಜಿ ಓದ್ರಿ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಏನೋ ಮುಂದೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಈಗಿಂದನೇ ಕಷ್ಟಪಡಬೇಡಿ. learn biology because you want to know about yourself, right? You want to know about some people who are suffering. You need not to give medicine to them, at least understand what's happening. Good. That's right, ma. Very nice people you are. Now listen. Ega insulin illa puzzles of human. Yeah, correct. Puzzles of human working. To learn it, you need. That's why biology becomes so near to your body. It becomes your own body, right? Biology becomes life science when you involve it in life. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಾಲಜಿನ ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಓದಿದ್ರೆ you get so many solutions without even thinking about it, right? Why I'm getting birth pain, you'll get it. Why I'm getting chest pain, get it. That's how we have to learn biology to understand yourself. Okay, now listen. ಈಗ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗದೆ ಇರೋರಿಗೆ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಬಂದಿರೋರಿಗೆ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಆಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಕ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕಾಲ್ ದಟ್ diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus ಅಂದ್ರೆ those people who cannot synthesize insulin. Kritika is right. Very good. You are already intelligent. Right? Now, the question is, will it not be totally produced? Or it is produced but it is not actually utilized? ಎರಡು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದೆ. Okay? Whether there is zero production of insulin or whether insulin is there but not utilized. ಎರಡು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದೆ. Okay, listen to me. Now we don't answer. There are two types of diabetes based on this. Right? In some patients, by birth, insulin production is nil. This is called insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Are you getting the word what I'm saying? Insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Adana short form alli IDDM anta karತೀವಿ. IDDM ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Do you understand this? ಬರ್ತ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಕೆಲವು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹುಟ್ಟುತ್ತಾನೇನೆ ಪ್ಯಾನ್ಕ್ರಿಯಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಸಿಂಥಸೈಸೇ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಜುವೆನೈಲ್ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಬೈ ಬರ್ತ್. Such people, such children have to take insulin by birth only. Throughout their life they have to take this. This is a rare case. Okay? But there is another diabetes which we call it as non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Did you get this? Non-insulin dependent andre it is not depending on the insulin, you are producing insulin, but still it is not transporting to liver. Are you able to follow this? This is called non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Did you understand this? So we call this as NIDDM. Okay, so two types of diabetes I told you. What is that? IDDM andre no insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Second one is the non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Okay, listen. ಈ NIDDM ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದು NIDDM, non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, normally happens or it affects in people who are above age of 40 who are very fat. Are you getting it? ಯಾರು ತುಂಬಾ ದಪ್ಪ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 40 ಪ್ಲಸ್ and all, they may have this. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬರಲ್ಲ, they may get this. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ರೀಸನ್, pancreas is there in the lower part of the stomach, liver is found in the upper part of the stomach, alva. This insulin produced in the pancreas will have to travel through blood to the liver. Those who are edema are fat people, they will have between this liver, this is liver, this is pancreas alkonda, illinda il madhye ishtu dodda fat cholesterol kutkonbitiride, it cannot transport. You understand this? This is the reason why the most fat people are prone to get diabetes after a certain age. Birthal iralla, After that, and moreover, they have stagnant lifestyle. Blood circulation ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. Their fat also, their food habits are very bad. They eat lot of cholesterol, diet with lot of cholesterol. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಕೊಲೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟ್ as a barrier for transportation of insulin. Did you get this problem? What is that? ನಾವೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. ಬಂದಿರಲ್ಲ 50% ಹೆರಿಡಿಟರಿ ಇದೆ, ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ you can stop that. How? Avoiding fat deposition in the body. Are you getting it? So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರಿಗಾದ್ರೂ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಕ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಇದ್ರೆ they should keep themselves very fit. Others also should be keeping themselves fit. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ anybody can get this. Are you understanding this? Did you follow this? Okay. Understood? Okay. Now listen. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ನೋಟ್ ತರ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ we will go to genetic engineering. Okay. Now you write next point. Today's date ಇಂದ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಹಾಕಿದಲ್ವಾ, ಈ ಕೊಲೆಯಿಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. Okay. Write the side heading E. coli in genetic research. ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಕೊಲೆ ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ, ಈಗೇನ್ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. E. coli in genetic research. Okay. Right now, using Escherichia coli, E. coli bacteria, using Escherichia coli or E. coli bacteria, various human hormones are synthesized through genetic engineering. Below that, write what is genetic engineering. 1, 2, 3 lines. Genetic engineering is an applied biological science in which the desired genes are hybridized with bacterial genes through splicing, 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 through splicing. Wrote splicing in the bracket, you write cut and join. Splicing andre meaning eno, cutting and joining anta, cut and join. andra cut and join anta. Okay, next you write the process is totally dependent on two enzymes. The process is totally dependent upon two enzymes. First one, REN, that is restriction endonucleases. Restriction, RESTRICTION, restriction endonucleases. restriction endonucleases and restriction endonucleases and ligase, Ligase, ligase. Next, among these two enzymes, REN are used to cut DNA. REN are used to cut DNA. And ligase, that's okay, no issues. Ligase is used to join the DNA. Ligase is used to join the DNA. Then next, cloning, side heading cloning. You get splicing, cutting and joining. Next is cloning. Recombinant DNA formed. Recombinant DNA formed is transferred to the host bacterium. Is transferred to the host bacterium. Full stop. The bacterium is allowed to multiply. Bacterium is allowed to multiply in large numbers. Large numbers. And this process is called cloning. And this process is called cloning. Done? Okay, fine. Finished? Now I'll show you the board showing genetic engineering. You just take a small sketch of that. Is it fine, all of you? Yes. So what I'll do is, whatever is shown on the board, you make it like a flow chart. I've written like circle because there is no space below for me. So you have to write two things taken together and write a flow chart, one below the one below one below the other. Will you do that? I will just put that to the board. You watch the board and do that. Okay? Yeah, check it. Here I showed first the desired gene, right? There's a desired gene here. You are taking out the gene which produces a drug. Then combine with the bacteria, plasmid. Draw these two first. The host plant, the desired gene, cut using REN. Write the whole thing in the form of a long chart, flow chart. Then combine them. rDNA technology, we call it the rDNA technology, it's the rDNA. Desired gene, use some different color. The whole process is called splicing. Then auto splicing, you take it down straight. I have written at the side, right? One arrow mark per after the plasmid. That arrow mark you don't do, you take it straight down. That's a bacteria with R plasmid. And cloning. Cloning and don't take back to the plant again. See here I have written, right? This is, you write desired gene, cutting the desired gene, bacteria host, cut them using REN. This is the desired gene, you write here, desired gene. This is a plasmid. Combine them. This is called recombinant DNA, rDNA, rDNA technology, but I do rDNA. Okay, ಅಥವಾ R plasmid ಇದು recombinant plasmid. Then this whole process is called splicing. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ arrow mark ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಡಿ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. Below this you take the arrow mark and write this transfer to the host bacterium. Below that you again take another arrow mark. This all should go down, and this is the cloning, 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 and take out the product. Don't again join this to this. You just, this is one layer, next layer, third layer, fourth layer, fifth layer, one below the other, right? You do understand this what I'm saying? I think you are writing properly. Did you write this? Okay, done. Did you write a long way flow chart tara baradra? Nantara circle baribardu. Write in the form of flow chart. Okay, flow chart baradra. Okay, fine. Ella finished. Somebody is still writing. If you are still writing, say that yes, I am still writing. If you are finished, done, then it's okay. Finished. Napita is writing, finished. All of you are writing, finished, finished, finished. Good. Here, I will explain you something about insulin on the board. Okay. Here, insulin ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. Okay. What did I explain you about insulin? Insulin is a hormone produced by human pancreatic beta cells. Okay, just observe what I'm saying. Okay, humans in the human ಬರಿತಾ ಇದೀನಿ. Human is the body. Here is the chest, and here comes the intestine ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ stomach ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Okay, this is the stomach, and here is our pancreas. Pancreas illideya, illi bandu mele liver ide nanda. Liver is here. Okay, imagine this is a liver. Yenagide pancreas is producing the hormone insulin. The pancreas section ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, okay, this is the pancreas. Okay, pancreas, this is liver. Liver is full, is liver is full. Okay, pancreas, this is the liver. Okay, liver. This pancreas in a section ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ beta cells ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. Islets of Langerhans ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ islets of Langerhans ಬರ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಹೆಸರು islets of Langerhans. Langerhans. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ beta cells ಅಲ್ಲಿ beta cells produce something called insulin. This insulin produced by this will travel through the bloodstream. Blood vessels will bloodstream will travel again. It will work in the liver. There is no connection, direct connection. What will this do? Insulin in liver, it converts excessive glucose into glycogen in presence of insulin. The process is called glycogenesis. Okay, this process we call it as glycogens. Glycogen production is called glycogenesis. Now, the next thing is, if this glucose is forming glycogen, one process glycogen is happening. Insulin will do another thing. It helps the supposing cells idre cells sutta blood vessel alli glucose hogta irtade hinge sutta, right? This is glucose. It has to permit the glucose to enter the cell. Glucose will enter agbeku. Okay, glucose enter agde idre blood glucose ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ in the cell, this is the cell. Cell alli there is cellular respiration. Okay, in cellular respiration C6H12O6 using oxygen will break into CO2 plus H2O plus energy. This energy produced we store in the mitochondria in the form of ATPs, adenosine triphosphate. Whenever you want this, mitochondria release 1 by 1 ATP and you will get the energy. ಇಲ್ಲಿ enter ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ glucose entering into the cell requires insulin. Did you get it? Insulin will help here also. Insulin will help here also. Right? Two functions of insulin. One is to convert glucose into excessive glucose into glycogen. ಎರಡನೇದು allowing the glucose to enter into the cell. ಎರಡು ಕೆಲಸ. Okay? ಈಗ ಹೀಗಾದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. I told you some people suffer from diabetes mellitus. Usually ಎರಡು ತರ. What are the two types? Insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, where no insulin production happens by birth. Insulin is absent. Another one, non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. They produce insulin. Insulin is produced, but is not transported. So many things are written on the board. Don't mix them up. Okay? 3 things. So ಈ ತರ ಎರಡು ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ವೆಸಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫುಲ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಫ್ಯಾಟಿ ಟಿಶ್ಯೂ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಕೊಲೆಸ್ಟ್ರಾಲ್ will not allow the insulin to travel. This is a major issue in non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Lot of people get non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬಹಳ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ. Birth diabetes, this is very rare case. This is very common if you are going very obese, you are becoming very fat, then you will not be able to transport the insulin produced by the pancreas. Did you follow this? Did you understand this here? Okay. If you understood, fine. Now let me ask you some questions. What is IDDM? What is IDDM? IDDM ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. And I told you it is a birth diabetes. ಎರಡನೇದಾದ್ರೆ non insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, NIDDM. Okay. Write some points on insulin. Right? Side point. Well, points, important points are in life science ಕಲಿಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ. Okay, write the side heading insulin. Right? It is a type of hormone. It's a type of hormone produced by pancreatic islets of Langerhans. You want me to show the spelling? Islets of Langerhans, ISLET, islets of Langerhans, LANGERHANS, Langerhans. Islets of Langerhans. Some of you write the spelling, let me see. Others, if they don't know, let them write. Islets of Langerhans, very important. Okay, islets of Langerhans, you are writing, good. Vandita is writing, all very intelligent children. Okay. Islets of Langerhans. Okay. Next. Beta cells produce insulin. Beta cells produce insulin that transports to liver through bloodstream. Beta cells produce insulin that transports to liver through bloodstream. Bracket you write. Insulin is hormone produced by ductless glands or endocrine glands. In the bracket you write. Insulin is a hormone produced by ductless glands or endocrine gland of pancreas. endocrine gland of pancreas. Done? Written as. See, so many interesting things are we are talking, right? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೋ ನಂಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನೋ ಟೈಮ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಪಾಠದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇರಬೇಕು. ರೈಟ್, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ದಾ? ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, glycogenesis. Good. You all know that, very interesting. Sakshi, Tanuj, everything is interesting. Nam bagge now interested, we are interested. So we are so, human beings have such a good brain. You can know what's happening. But dogs and cats don't know. They don't have such a big brain, very small brain. What they remember is how to eat, how to sleep, when to eat food. That's all. Right on Saturday, glycogenesis. It is the process of conversion of glucose, excessive glucose, is the process of conversion of excessive glucose from blood into stored glycogen in liver. With the help of insulin. With the help of insulin. Madra. Okay, next. Next point, right? Thus, blood glucose level is maintained. Thus, blood glucose level is maintained. Okay? Blood glucose level is maintained. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದರ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳೋಣ. ಗ್ಲೂಕಾಗಾನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸರಿನಾ? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, next one, insulin. Second one, right? Second point, insulin also helps in increasing the permeability of cell membrane for entry of glucose. Increasing the permeability of cell membrane by allowing insulin. Done. Next, right? Diabetes mellitus. Diabetes mellitus. Right now, diabetes mellitus is a metabolic disorder in which patient fails to produce insulin or produce in lesser quantity This affects glucose metabolism in the cell. This affects the glucose metabolism in cell. Thus, blood glucose level will rise. Second one, the first one is the second one, glucose is lost through urine. Glucose is lost through urine. Next, patients lose weight. Patients lose weight. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ weight loss ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ diabetes ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ. Patients lose weight. ಇನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೇನ್ characteristics? Patient feels always thirsty and hungry. Patients always feel thirsty and hungry. Thirsty and hungry. But ಇನ್ನೊಂದು important characteristic ಹೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ diabetes ಇದ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ tired. Very good. They get tired. Pass lot of urine also is correct. Multiple urination ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಯೂರಿನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ಸುಸ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಸೆಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬ್ರೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಡೌನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರಿಲೀಸಿಂಗ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. ಎನರ್ಜಿನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸುಸ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೂ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬೇಕು, ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೂ ಬೇಕು, ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೂ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬೇಕು. If you don't have energy only, then you will get tired very fast. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Easily get tired, right? They get tired and multiple urination. Anything specific characteristic you know that? Other than this, anything you know? ನಾನು already ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಸುಮಾರು. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಏನೋ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Anybody? Let me see. Others react. Let me see. Anybody knowing something else? Diabetic patients ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು, ಯಾರೋ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಹೆಂಗಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಸುಸ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಭಯಂಕ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. Because they feel that you are concerned also and you get knowledge also. Show concern to the people. Shivering ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಶಿವರಿಂಗ್ ಏನಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಶುಗರ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಶಿವರಿಂಗ್ ಏನಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್. ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್? Listen. Next characteristic is their wounds will not heal. ಏನೇ ಸಣ್ಣ wound ಆದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಆಗಿ ಗ್ಯಾಂಗ್ರೀನ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. You know that there is no easy healing of wounds. Right there. Wounds will not heal. It leave the mark ಅನ್ನೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ leave ನಮಗೂ ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಗಳು ಏನಾದ್ರು wound ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇಲ್ಲ wound ಇದೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದೇನು ಇಲ್ಲ. Write this. ನಮ್ನೇ ಸಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Wounds will not heal easily. Causing multiple infections. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಸ್ ಆಗೋದು, ಬ್ಲೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಗೋದು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. And it may result in gangrene. Gangrene ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಕೊಳ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಕೊಳ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಶುಗರ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ನೋಡಿ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ನ, ಕೊಳ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತಾ, ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Amputation they will do. Amputing. You know that? ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಶುಗರ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಆಂಪ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಕಾಲು ಟೋಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಫಿಂಗರ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಾ? They ampute the toes and fingers. Yeah. Due to gangrene. Right? This ultimately lead to gangrene. Gangrene is the rotting of tissues. Gangrene. Okay. Next, start reading types of insulin. Sorry, types of diabetes. Diabetes ಯಾವ ತರ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. Types of diabetes. ಬರೀರಿ ನೀವೇ. First one, IDDM, insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. IDDM ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? Insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. It is birth diabetes. Capital I, capital IDDM ಅಂತ capital IDDM long form ಬರೀ insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. And who takes insulin injection for long time, they will have many number of stones in the body parts now. Spandana need not be stones. Insulin ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ stones ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. Stones ಬೇರೆನೇ problem. Kidney stones, liver, gall bladder stones, ಅವು ಬೇರೆ problem. It's not connected directly. Okay, right. Insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. These the patients will produce no insulin. It is birth diabetes. Second one, NIDDM, non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. Write the long form. Write the long form, non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. These patients, although produce insulin in small quantities, it fails to transport to liver in small quantities. It fails to transport to the liver due to cholesterol. Due to cholesterol. Bardra? Fine. Next paragraph, right? Through genetic engineering, insulin is produced in large quantities. Genetic engineering, insulin is produced in large quantities using E. coli bacteria. Therefore, genetic engineering is a boon for mankind. Most of the people will go to research in this. Many students have gone to genetic engineering after PUC. They didn't even go to medicine. They entered direct research field. University of Science and Technology state from beta. They finished it. Now is there is a wound in the head region. It turns up to gangrene. ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೆಡ್ ರೀಜನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ತಲೆ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸುಜಯ್, ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ವುಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೌನ್ ವುಂಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೈ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಾಲಿಗೆ ಟೋಗೆಲ್ಲ ಲೆಸ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಬ್ಲಡ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೋನ್ ಟು ವುಂಡ್ಸ್. ಯು ನೋ ದಟ್. ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ, ಅದು ವುಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಸುರಿಯಲ್ಲ. ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡು ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಸುಜಯ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ ಟೋಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಕಾಲಿನ ಬೆರಳುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ, ತುಂಬಾ ತಲೆ ಓಡಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಹುಡುಗ. ಇಂಥವೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್, ತರಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಬೇಡಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ತರಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸುಜಯ್. ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ತಲೆ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಿನ್ ತಲೆನ, ನಿನ್ ವಿಷಯನ. ಡು ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ವೇ? ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಆಡ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ಡಯಾಬಿಟಿಸ್ ದರ್ಗೆ ತಲೆ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾರ? ಡೋಂಟ್ ಟಾಕ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸುಜಯ್, ಈ ತರ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಬಾರ್ದು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ನೋ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೀ ಆರ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. That's wrong. Okay, so listen. Never ever try to test others. Try to understand. Okay, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ನಾನೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀವು ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಡ್ಡದಾರಿ ಹಿಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನೇನು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಈ ತರದ್ ಈಗಲಿಂದ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೇ ಒಂದು superiority ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀರಾ ನೀವು. Don't think this is superiority of asking nonsense questions. Okay, okay, let's now continue. ಏನಾದ್ರೆ ಬಯೋಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ, ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಸುಲಿನ್ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So did you understand about bacteria? Fine. So bacteria do diseases ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, bacteria useful ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, bacteria ಹೆಂಗೆ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ಗೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಪಿಯುಸಿ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಸೇರ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ಈಸಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಮೂವ್ ಟು ವೈರಸ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೈಮ್ ಇದೆ ನಮಗೆ, ಒಂದು 5-10 ನಿಮಿಷ ಇದೆ ಟೈಮ್, ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ವೈರಸ್ doing here? Like already you know corona is it's like spreading like anything. ವೈರಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ವೈರಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ವಾಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಮಾ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಎನ್ಎ ಇದೆ. Then what is the structure of virus? ವೈರಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್? Let me explain it. It contains DNA or RNA. ಅಷ್ಟೇನಾ? ಬರೀ DNA RNA ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಎರಡೇ ಇರುತ್ತಾ? Let me explain you this. In short, I will explain you. What is that virus containing? Normally, virus and ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ? Once you understand that virus, then you can understand very well why corona is not treated easily. So biology ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸಿಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಹುಡುಕ್ಬೇಕು ಅದನ್ನ. Okay, so virus is a simplest of all organisms. It will have one DNA and you have a protein code. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. This is either DNA or you may get RNA. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ವೈರಸ್. Okay, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ವೈರಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು DNA ಅಥವಾ RNA. ಅಂದ್ರೆ how virus will attack ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದೊಂದು ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ. ವೈರಸ್ ಬಂದು ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಈಗ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೈರಸ್. ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ DNA, ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ DNA, ಇದು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಇದು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ, ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಕೂಡ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ವೈರಸ್, ಅಥವಾ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಇಂಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ DNA ಇಂಟು ದಿಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಸ್ DNA ಅಥವಾ RNA ಇನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮೇನ್ ಜೀನೋಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂತದೆ. ಇದೊಂದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎರಡನೇ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ತರ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ವೈರಲ್ DNA ಇಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಜೀನೋಮ್ ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು then it will form number of copies of its own. ವೈರಲ್ DNA ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೆಡ್ಗಳನ್ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು then ಅಸೆಂಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪುಟ್ ವೈರಿಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. These are all children of virus. Then once the food get exhausted, they'll break open this and come out. ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಲೈಸಿಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಲೈಸಿಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬ್ರೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಡೌನ್. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಲೈಟಿಕ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಲೈಟಿಕ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟರ್ ಇಂಟು ದ ಸೆಲ್, kill the cell after forming many copies. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ. As the bacteria multiply, it is inserted. No, bacteria ಜೊತೆಗೆ virus will multiply. ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ವೈರಸ್, ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ವೈರಲ್ DNA. ಈಗ 1 ರಿಂದ 4, 4 ರಿಂದ 6 ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ವೈರಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದಂಗೆನೆ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈಂಗ್ ದ ವೈರಲ್ ಜೀನ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈಸೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಆರ್ ಲೈಸೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೈಕಲ್. ಇದು ಲೈಟಿಕ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೈಕಲ್, ಇದು ಲೈಸೋಜೆನಿಕ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೈಕಲ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಓಕೆ. So virus is like a very clever agent. It is very small but very clever it is. Okay. So what the virus will do is it will enter the host and multiply within the host. Okay. Already somebody is existing. Correct idea. Virus. Now you can educate ತಗೊಂತೀನಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Virus. No fat Jitesh. No fat. Jitesh ಏನೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. There is no fat present in virus. ಕೆಲವರಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ DNA ಅಥವಾ RNA ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ವೈರಸ್ ಯೂರೈಟ್. ವೈರಸ್ is an infectious organism containing simplest structure, having a nucleic acid that record either DNA or RNA and a protein coat. अर्थ आयता? It has a simpler structure having a nucleic acid like either DNA or RNA and a protein coat. Next point. Virus is considered to be the bridge between living and non-living beings. The bridge between living and non-living beings. Tata. Because, first point, any living, non-living antarada? Because outside the host, it remains like a chemical particle. It remains like a chemical particle without showing growth and reproduction. Outside the host remains like a chemical particle without showing growth and reproduction. Next point, when it enters the host, it begins to reproduce and grow. It begins to reproduce and grow. Then, next, right, reproduction in virus. Heading birth between next class. Reproduction in virus. Next class, one you should tell me, madam, you have to explain about lytic and life cycle, lysogenic life cycle. Reproduction virus and life cycle. Yado? Barzi in board well at least heading barcode yavudu. This barcode heading. Here heading is lytic life cycle, LYTIC. Lytic life cycle enno LYSOGENIC. Lysogenic life cycle. Nanu explain marti next class alli. It is a major subject ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು ಟೈಮ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಆರಾಮ ಆಟ ಆಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋಣ ಅಂತ Are you getting it? Many are serious, I've seen. Some of them only are not attending. One person already exited. Bharadra, what is the last sentence you have written? Let me see. Right, let me see. I will show you again. No issues. There is Chitra ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವೇನು lytic life cycle LYTIC ಒಂದು lytic life cycle ಎರಡನೇದು LYSOGENIC lysogenic life cycle. Is it okay? Lysogenic life cycle done, man. Lytic and lysogenic life cycle. Good. Lytic life cycle, lysogenic life cycle. Very good, Napita. Good. So let's next class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಮೇಡಂ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ನೆನಪಿಸಬೇಕು life cycle. Okay, will you remind me next class ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮಿಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಫೈನಾ? Okay then, enjoy the day, enjoy, study, be safe, don't go out, be healthy because you're studying health science, right? Life science, our health. You have to maintain. Okay, bye bye dear students, very intelligent children you are. Good, keep it up. Bye bye, see you. Bye bye. See you then. Bye.